means we're up to... Oh, what's his name? What's it called? The Web. Fine, let's pull that up. Here, why do you need a Blu-ray? Just hire me, baby. Wow. No, I'm in the Doctor Who folder. That I just go there instinctually now, I guess. Babylon 5, Battlestar Galactica, Billy Connolly, no. Blake 7, baby. There we go. So it's just opening up. The Web, right? The Web with new effects, and thank God for that. Again, we'll watch this one bit because it's the one bit in the new title that looks fantastic. So authentic to the original. Wait. Now, I missed it. We've got to go back. There you go. Okay, so why season 1 is so freaking fascinating, right? It is pure space opera being made up as it's gone along by from the mind of Terry Nation. The whole season is him, right? And it makes such a weird, interesting world, right? It really makes such a really deep, layered world. And look, the performances, I think. And the script really are the things that really bring this together. But I love these performances, right? So, I can't remember who's directing this. At the beginning, who writes it? Oh, Terry Nathan. Yeah, what's that? Look at this. He was directed it. Designer? No. Don't have the producer. Dudley Simpson. Michael Bryant, right? Michael, good, steady Doctor Who hands, right? So yeah, in the interview I was just started watching, and he was like, "Look, this was done by some tuppers. We tried to see what we could do to make this look like an alien planet." And actually, I think they did an excellent job, right? They did an excellent. Again, this is just such. The rules of this space opera are just out there. They're so bizarre. They're so absolutely weird. But this actually kind of works in making this alien planet. So you got this like some kind of biolab going on there with clearly biologically, genetically engineered beings there. And you got these like little and then they got this like wee little man, which I think they would I want them to do new effects on that? I don't know. I could go two ways. It would look somewhat better if it was a little CGI man floating in bubbles, but this is just kind of more interesting. Right? I mean, again, because it's because it's science fiction. It's you can really get away with explaining most things with it. They must come, right? You keep hearing this thing. They must come, right? So fine. So then you get the Liberator going through space, and the crew they kind of notice the Liberators going haywire. They got all these what's it called again? Faults going on. And Gareth Thomas is forced to get up. Don't any of you get in pajamas and get into bed? No, I'm just going to lay here with my shirt open for a bit, right? And Callie's doing weird stuff. She tiptoes around. I tell you, for a softly task force budget, they did such a great job with these sets. They really did, didn't they? It's absolutely fantastic. And weirdly, the Liberator's got a bunch of clothes in it as well. So Villa's like, "What do you think of my new outfit?" And I have to tell you, I've never found her, attractive. She's not in my spank bank. A lot of people, but not for me. So you get a feeling something weird is going on with Callie now. Great music. Callie. Okay, so all this stuff's going down, and like things are start falling apart more and more and more. And they basically finally work out it's Callie, right? And Callie's been taken over by an evil entity from the wee little man in the in the rigged thing. So now they're let me guess, Callie's been taken over by alien. Yes, it does. Yes, that's exactly right. The now, so they don't have any sensors and they're flying blind, and they're essentially being dragged to this planet. So they got to fix the Liberator so they can survive the so they can survive basically. Right at the same time, you have these genetically engineered people, and outside you got these wee little foreskin monsters. That's really what they are when you see them, right? Fine. So they end up there, and they get everything working again, and now they can't get through this. There's this tensile web, wrapped around them. So I think it's on the extras here. I can't remember, but they say there's three kind of Liberator shots. So you have the first set that was done, which are in the Elstree, was in the right studio, right, and it is lit perfectly and looks fantastic. You've got they did it in another studio and they didn't light it properly and they look reasonably crap. And then you got the really bad ones, right, which they did on the fly for each episode. This is one of the really bad ones. It's doing very well for the new effects, right? The new effects really, really, really are helping it a lot. Okay, and it is a nice thing. So Avon's worked out that you can get the auto repair thing to work if you focus it on more important systems.
No, that wasn't the one.
It'll take days to repair that.
On any ordinary computer system, but this isn't any ordinary computer system. A malfunction of that size will have registered on the auto repair. It should cut in about 5 seconds. Watch. It'll be cutting in about now.
That's very cool. Now, again, Paul Darris before said, he went from playing, greasy lawyers and, convict, people caught doing white-collar crime to play this really nice, nasty villain, right? And it just works so well. And again, look, I love that little smile he had. Let's go.
There will come a time when he won't be making the decisions.
So Callie's feeling better. I think. Oh yeah. So now Jenna gets a bit taken over action, and it's she does her best with it. God bless her.
What is the matter with her?
Oh, I don't know. Villa, give me a hand. We'll take her to her quarters.
We have waited for your coming for many years. Welcome.
Okay, if we can just manipulate to do more things with the body, I think we can work out well. Anyway, so they've been brought here by the wee little man in the what's it again in the red tube, and they're stuck there. They got this space. They got this again tensile web around that they can't get out of.
See if you can blast a hole through that web.
We'll just have a look at the new effects.
Fire!
Neutron flare shield has not been activated.
Which one's that?
Just activate it.
Activate the neutron flare shield.
Confirmed.
I guess that's all it is. You get a bit of black and white bars. Okay.
Blasters are cleared for firing.
Yeah, again, so the effects work is good, and the point is they can't get clear of it quick enough before it regenerates, and they can't use the neutron blasters because that depletes their energy too quickly. So basically, they're stuck. And you got there's the foreskin monsters. They're also out there. So it's good. So they said, look, we come down and we're gonna we have a way for you to get out, essentially. But we need your help. At the same time, again, you have the foreskin monsters that have been planning attacks on the on this weird camp. Where is it? There we go. And they're clearly primitive, and they're getting more ballsy every day. So I love this little their environment suit. They're going to put on the hoodie because we're going to some Berkshire landscape. I do like the new teleport special effect as well. again, just so authentic to the original and yet not shit. Yeah, again, the wee little foreskin creatures. So they're he just again, I love the line around it. But so I think for Tuppence Halfpenny, they did very well in creating a very alien world to me, right? It really kind of looked well. So down and safe, right? So he heads over to where they've been summoned to. Again, they were basically remote control kidnapped there, so they're not overly well disposed. And he meets Tweedledee and Tweedledum, and they say, "Look, we can get you out here. We'll fix that thing for you." Oh wait, you missed a bit where they go and they kill one of the foreskin people. Yeah, that didn't work so well. Help us, please. Okay, yeah, okay. But I can give a pass to just about everything on this because mostly it just holds together, right? Sometimes you get things like that, it just doesn't. I guess they make him nice before they bring out the clones that then zap him, and obviously very nasty. Fine. So he eventually finds out that these aren't the real people, and they need some power cells from Liberator. This is just a weird plan, right? Okay, somehow the little floaty man, right, knows about Liberator and sent an instruction to Callie. Look, there's a lot of backstory here that doesn't really work, but none of it really matters. And so, yeah, we need new power cells, otherwise the foreskin people are going to break in and kill us all, right? They basically work that out, and you got this power play going on as it goes on, and then finally he meets the little man in the in the tube, and he realizes, wait a minute, boyo, you're a cunt. Right, he realizes he's a bad guy. That everything's been genetically engineered. He's part of Callie's people that were exiled, and there's there's a bunch of scientists, and now they all live. The ones that survive live as a gestalt entity in this wee little floaty body, and they're trying to make themselves a new corporeal existence, right, to exist in, which I think is a really interesting idea. But I love how deeply villainous they are, right? So they're like, oh, and part of the plan is we're going to kill all the little foreskin people. And Blake says, I'm not sure I'm up for that, right? Blake's like, I'm not sure I'm up for that. But they need their help to get out. Because they're going to transmit a fungus into the web that will help them set free. Come on, there you go. So then, when he works out what's going on, they tell him they hide the power cells in the weirdest way. Just let's just put them here under some moss. No one's going to find it. Here, this is just dark. Okay. Yeah, we'll put them there along with the little foreskin people are all out there. All right, so he's going to try and play hardball and not give them the power cells until they agree not to kill them all, right? So and then what happens? And then they break in. Yeah, they because they left the door open. All the little foreskin people break in. And they ran and they just destroy everything, right? They were all created by the little man, and they work out how to do the. Oh yeah, that's the. I love the look of horror on Villa's face, on Avon's face. I missed it again, right? When they see that, they just these primitive beings savage them. So again, it's such a bleak world of nasty exile aliens. Make them genetically engineer creatures to live in, and now callously want to kill them. And somehow they reach out to Callie and they work. And the Liberator's got the right type of fuel cell, but of course it all fails. It all falls apart. And they work out to transmit the beam to get rid of the fungus. As again, these things just go apeshit and destroy everything. It's really like again, it's such a very deeply bleak world, which I kind of like. And then they said we got Federation parachutists coming. Where? And they got like the giant bloody sign on the
Navigation computer to evasive action strategy.
Yeah, so there's just outrun them. Yeah. And what's Blake's closing line on this one?
Confirmed.
I'll tell you a fact of life, Blake. Change is inevitable.
Why else are we fighting?
And again, it's just such a solid piece of like really dark sci-fi entertainment. It's like I don't know. It okay. This is like the Star Trek show from the evil Mirror universe. But again, there's such compelling characters, stories, worlds, and performances. So you just get so sucked in. But again, the other great thing about this is you get to just as I was saying earlier with Deep Space Nine, you get to see how the series grows, because it's like 6 episodes in and it still hasn't really deployed one of its major assets yet, and it doesn't really. It does launches them in this episode, but they grow into something much different. So yeah, we're up to come on, tell us, Seek, Locate, Destroy by Terry Nation, right? So there was another fan edit where they redesigned the security robot, and I think with the CGI creation, and I think it was significantly better, right? I pulled that up because the security robot. Let's face it, it's shit. Okay, it really, genuinely is shit. It's just bad in many ways. Oh, I don't have that anymore? I must have ditched it. That's stupid of me. I ditched it by mistake. But that fan edit was again, he had a CGI robot. It was so much better for it, right? And they're at a power station. Again, it's done on a budget and nothing. But again, when we're watching it as a kid, none of this really mattered. Well, actually, no. Even I noticed. I said that robot's a bit dodgy in a power station. So again, as what happened many times in the future, this power station will double as a deep Federation base, right? So they got this mission, and it's actually Villa always makes everything better, right? I was talking to somebody the other day who's watching it for the first time. Dr. Alex, I think, is watching it for the first time, and he just saw Babe and the Butcher episode, and he was like, "Wow, that's incredible!" But we agreed that's a great episode for Villa, right? That is a great Villa episode. And again, we get a bit of nice bits of Villa comedy as this totally unthreatening security robot comes to catch him. I mean, we sort of like have a bit of a lame flamethrower a little bit earlier.
Villa!
I mean, these really are very shit rebels. But and really, that's just not scary, mate. So I like how Villa just vanished. I would have thought he went up the ladder. That would be my... Again, this looks like a 1970s power station. Just the same way the Enterprise and the JJ Trek looked like a beer factory. The same thing, because it was.
Villa!
Has it gone?
Good bit of comic timing there, and that's why we like Villa, right? So they're breaking into this thing, and watching season 4 at the same time. It's really weird how they've made the Federation Guards uniforms a bit more sexy in season 4, right? Fine. So essentially, they got this big thing goes on where they're trying to get something, and it turns out it's like the secret cipher, so they can break the code of all Federation stuff. And they again, it's quite a compelling 15 minutes as they do the heist. And weirdly enough, okay, this is a really weird fight with Callie. How does she take this guy down? Like, again, I can't believe how she takes this guy down. Oh! She should have thrown some kind of LSD gas canister at him first. Then it would have all made sense. And they all teleport out, but she loses her bracelet and gets caught in the blast, right? But the weird thing is, no one notices. There's one teleport thing, right? And if you didn't come up there, then she's not there. No one freaking notices that Callie's gone. I think it's probably a good reason to let her go, frankly. And okay, so this stuff, the new effects again. I assume this is CGI. No, it's all model shots. I wonder why they're doing. Is model shots cheaper to do now than CGI? I really don't know, right? So we get back Nida, and we're introducing a very young, was it Serverland? We're trying to think of a name. Jacqueline. What's the bloody name? Call Me Jax was an interview, was the name of an autobiography. It'll come back to me. It doesn't matter. But she's introduced as like this weird, insanely glamorous and beautiful commissioner. And I think she was only supposed to be in this one episode. Right? I mean, I have no idea. People know this a bit of me. So you get this is straight out of Doctor Who. This is Nida and another bloke saying that that Blake's getting out of control. We need, and again, I like the juxtaposition of design between the Liberator and when you get to the quite boring Federation stuff, which they then used later for the adventure game, I believe, right? And whenever she's saying is Space Commander Travis here, whenever she's dealing with an underling, there's always a feeling that she's like, very sexual with them. Which I quite like. But again, she's just so young here, right? And she hasn't kind of filled out the role yet. So anyway, introduce Travis. The eye patch is a bit lame, but which Travis do you prefer? Stephen Grief or Brian Crouch? They're very, very different animals, and the switch between them is explained very poorly, right? I see. I like Brian Crouch more, right? And which is weird because he's more honestly, because I think one of my favorite Travis episodes is Gambit. Love that episode where he's like the cowboy in space sort of thing. Where he's like, on the run from the Federation. It looks more gritty. But again, Dr. Alex, who's going through this first time, he was a bit shocked when Stephen Grief turned into Brian Croucher. Like, what? And he couldn't stand Brian Croucher. So I will be intrigued to see how I react when I get to it. But again, it's basically introducing the big bad for the next two years, and boy, is it done well. And so the rest of the episode is basically was it Travis trying to find Blake, and he proves to be quite a good an evil adversary. First he finds out what they stole. Then he discovers Callie, right? And he's going, oh, by the way, at my hand, this big jewel. That's a giant neutron blaster ray gun thing. And so yeah, the basic rest of the episode is him trying to catch Blake. And I guess they rescue Callie at some point as well. Oh yeah, so they finally worked out what they'd taken. And then does it stop working? Let's have a look. Hang on. Yeah.
Blake, can you get down here fast?
You could just tell him. Like Blake, why are you waiting till he gets there? Why don't you just tell him now? I suppose you should be happy he's got a shirt on.
What is it?
This just came through on the cipher.
Oh, right, yeah. So they use the cipher to set a trap for him. Again, so he's obviously a good villain, right? And I think they use Callie as bait, but of course they're able to rescue Callie and get away. And it kind of ends up. Oh yeah, and you have a good showdown. Right, but they blow off his hand, and he's got to get it repaired, and then it ends the way pretty much every episode would end with Stephen, which is why he left at the end of the season.
I am your death, Blake. Run as far and as fast as you like. I'll find you. You can't hide from me. I am your death, Blake.
Again, when it was starting out, this only lasted about 6 episodes. Now I think about it, but it just went on every week. I will find you, Blake. Which again, I can understand why he left. But we're watching the birth of such a classic that we're talking about. How many years later? It was like 79. Was it 78, 79? Let's say 79. I'm good a bit. 89, 99, 2009, 2019, 46 years later. I mean, like, why? Because it's, again, great writing, great characters, great storytelling, and really interesting and diverse, goes everywhere. Like, you always have, like, look at these 2 episodes. You had The Web, which is a really weird episode of pure space opera drama. And then you get like the ongoing arc episode with Blake versus the Federation. Just good stuff, baby. Just good stuff. My name's Tzvi Lebetkin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop.